My name is Caleb Knights, and I graduated 2009.
All right. You were a multi-sport athlete. Let's talk about what sports you played.
I played football and basketball, and then 1 year of track.
And to the best of my recollection, aren't you like the all-time leading passer for CHS?
To the best of my recollection, I think so. I've never asked, but I know there's a football in the trophy case with some stats on it.
Yeah. How's it feel to walk in and see stuff like that now all these years later?
I'm thankful. Thankful that my parents stayed on me like white on rice, and they made sure I was always at practice on time. Focusing on my grades first, and very little time for friends. So just more work, less play.
Keeps you out of trouble, doesn't it?
It does. Yep, it sure does.
I've got a list of questions I'm supposed to ask.
Okay.
So, talk about your coaches and some of your teammates.
Let's start with Billy Davison, Jeff Metzler. They were my football coaches in high school. I haven't really kept too much in contact with them, but they were amazing back in high school. Basketball, there was Gary Kello. Of course, my dad was a coach as well. And then some names that I'm kind of foggily remembering. But Gary Kello, probably the best basketball coach I've ever had. Obviously, he's won a state championship, pushed me to the brink in basketball. Much respect for him and the other coaches.
You and this is off the topic, you and Seth Dawes, nearly 100 games in your high school basketball careers.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost unheard of for some people, and that provides a lot of memories.
Yes, Seth and I, we grew up really quickly from freshman year on. That's my main man. We thankfully didn't get injured a lot. If we did, it might have been a twisted ankle here, sore shoulder there, something like that. But we were both troopers, and we had both great upbringings with our families, and then the coaching staffs, they made sure we were always ready to play, no matter what.
And your junior year, hoisting a trophy.
Yep.
That has to be extra special.
Oh, yeah. Ray Chambers, hit that last layup after Humpty brought the ball down the court. Well, I think it was 5.6, 5.7 seconds, something like that. But those two, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be hosting that state championship, and Chillicothe wouldn't have something to celebrate. So, again, just thankful for being able to play with those guys. Stu Beverly, another name, Ron Smith, Jordan Benson, the list goes on and on. But, yeah, it's just one memory I will never forget for the rest of my life.
I have replayed that final play in my mind again and again.
Mm-hmm.
And the one person I've never thought about the view
Mm-hmm.
was you, because Humpty took the inbounds from Stu.
Yep.
He goes down. He's got Seth to his right. He's got Ray. Where's Caleb? You must have had the coolest vision of what was going to happen.
From what I recall, I believe I kind of helped set a screen for Humpty's guy, which freed him up. Although he had two people on him, it seemed like. He somehow made his way along the sideline, all the way up the court, and I was just watching, hoping, praying, like in the moment, a miracle just happened. And when he literally passed the ball, I thought, what the heck is he doing? Got to Ray put it up so quickly, it rolled around the rim like a movie scene. And I was right there at half court. I immediately turned around, looked at Toledo Libby's fan section, just hoisted up my jersey, repping Chillicothe.
That's a picture I'll not forget. Certainly. Was that your favorite sports moment?
Yes. That was my favorite sports moment for sure. Second would be our playoff game we won in football, 2009. Yeah.
Trying to remember, was that Dayton Carroll? Or no, that was before you. Canal Winchester?
Canal Winchester, yes. Yep.
Yeah. And Chile just beat Canal Winchester in basketball Tuesday night.
Oh, recently.
How about that?
Oh, no, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Let's see. Summarize what you've done since you left CHS, because you had the opportunity to go to the Air Force Academy,
Yep.
then transferred. So talk about what you did when you left here and
Okay.
what you're doing today.
Okay, so I went to the Air Force Academy for just under 2 years, about 3 semesters. Played football there, was in the military technically. My grades weren't the best. Growing up, I was pretty academically savvy, but once I went to the Air Force Academy, it was like going to an Ivy League school, and things didn't work out there, so I transferred to Wright State, where I got a bachelor's in organizational leadership, and then I went to Franklin University and got a master's in business psychology. During my stint at Franklin, I started working for not a real estate company, a property management company. Did some property management for a healthcare entity. And then around 2017, I went over to work for the Defense Accounting Services over in Whitehall, Ohio. And then I moved over to Defense Logistics Agency. This is federal government, working for the Navy, doing customer account specialist. I've been doing that for the past 4 years, 5 years. Yep.
If I remember correctly, you were offered West Point,
Mhm.
Naval Academy, and Air Force,
Yep.
and all seems to come around full circle now.
Yep. I think the sophomore year was West Point, and then my parents thought, well, if he got an offer from West Point, let's send his highlights to Naval Academy and Air Force Academy, and then, one thing after another, got an offer from Air Force and then Naval Academy. Visited every campus, beautiful places. Air Force Academy was just, it was the best of them all, because the mountaintops and Denver, right, hour north of Colorado Springs. It's amazing out there. It really is.
Certainly. My cousin lives out there now.
Mhm.
We'll show you some pictures of the mountains.
Mhm.
Advice for CHS students that might be watching this.
My advice is to focus on your academics, although you may seem like it doesn't matter or it won't matter in the future because you're not interested in, math or science or social studies, whatever the case may be. Graduate high school, and then from there, if you feel like working a regular job, that's fine. If you feel like going to college, that's fine. If you want to pursue playing at the college level in sports, that's totally fine too. But right now, just focus on your academics, play hard in your sports, and everything will work out and end the way it needs to be.
Final question. Have you had to pinch yourself since getting the notification that you're going in the Hall of Fame?
I don't, I'm not that type of person to really care about it, although people tell me that, I need to be more excited about it. I'm just super laid back, and I'm thankful, appreciative, and, I understand this is hard to come by, and it's like a once in a lifetime type of thing. So again, I'm just really thankful for the opportunity.